Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. What is good? Lily is me. What is good? Heaven sent. What is good? Astro Kid. Y'all, I'm trying to get my laptop charger real quick so that I can have this charging. Thank y'all for joining me. Give me 1 second to plug up my laptop, y'all. I don't want it to die. Hey, Burbert. Hey, Robin. Okay, y'all. And hey, I'm Balt. Okay, now that I got my laptop plugged up, I feel comfortable to proceed. And I do see that my guest is backstage, so just give me one moment, guest. What's good, Angel Ray? So good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's a bit short notice for me to be coming on in the afternoon. Well, actually in the evening like this. Normally I do my lives in the morning or just sporadically throughout the day. However, today I had the pleasure of being able to talk in my YouTube comment section with Jessica Michelle because she did make a comment underneath my video in which I had put the receipt out there, and she seemed to have had her side of the story about things that transpired. So I reached out to her, or no, she reached out to me via email with some receipts regarding this matter. I looked over the receipts, tried to see what I could see about them, and I had some questions. And so when I started asking her questions, she honestly felt like she wanted to speak about her side of the story because she feels like today there has been a narrative spun about her in which they are trying to spin a narrative that she was trying to come in between this and this heat, when in all actuality it was this heat trying to run a play, perhaps. So without further ado, let me bring up Jessica Michelle. Please hold your applause until she gets up here, y'all.
Hey, J.Dunn.
Hey, Jessica Michelle, how you doing? Oh, wait a
I'm
second.
good.
I
I'm
gotta
good. I feel like
wait a
y'all not
second.
here.
Wait. I forgot. I gotta put the echo. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, now you can talk. I always have to put that echo cancellation, otherwise it will start echoing. But how you doing?
No, I'm doing good. I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I was definitely interested in the reason why I commented back underneath your comment under the video was because I perused over there by Tracy's today. And I saw that you were over there trying to tell your side of the story over there. It's interesting. Tracy has such a crazy bias about me that she was more concerned about why you didn't dislike me than really trying to hear what you had to say about the matter. And to be honest, that part was weird as hell too, because you had been up in her chat that whole time and she didn't even know it was you. She looking for the person to talk about. Let the person drop the link. Let the person hit my link. Hit my link. And she didn't even know what your backup channel was in order for her to know that you was already up in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know at that time when she was calling for me, I was actually in Nessa's chat, and then some people hit my what you call it? The community wall for me to go over there. But yeah, no, earlier I was over at Tracy's, then I had left. I went back over to Nessa's.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Jessica did somewhat of an interview with Tracy, but Tracy is a lot of the times clueless on what she is talking about. She didn't even know who the lady's backup channel was up in her thing. Even once Jessica hit the link and got up there, she couldn't even look at the profile picture here on the avatar to know that this is the same lady from the whole situation. It was just weird. Tracy seemed like to not know what she was talking about. But anyway, okay,
I
so
mean, to tell you the truth, a lot of people that's been doing commentary on this topic don't seem to know what they're talking about. So, it's just a lot. It really is a lot going on. But
okay,
what got me was when Pizarro was up there trying to spin the narrative that I had came at Heat when it was nothing even like that. Like if people, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that didn't really watch Decop's panel. Shout out to Decop. Decop held what you call it, a lesbian panel. And it was the second time I had went over to Decop's panel. And actually I was in the comments. Decop wanted me to come up, so I came up. Shortly after that, this Heat had came up. And I was just agreeing with what this Heat was saying about like femininity and her, being like the masculine one. I was agreeing and shit. Like I thought everything was good. And next thing you know, like after the live, I saw that Ness had went live. And so I had went over there. Mind you, I had just subscribed to her like not too long before Decop's panel. So I had went over to Nessa's live, and they were talking about what was going on Decop's panel because he had got into it with QI, I believe that's his name or her name, QI or whatever. And I didn't want Heat to drop off the panel. So I was like, no, don't leave. So QI can come up, like just stay here. Like you guys are two adults, you can both, talk it out or whatever. And so I was saying that in Nessa's chat, and all of a sudden, like she was making some smart ass remarks towards me. And that's how it started
okay,
off.
wait. Hold on. We not going don't trailblaze through the story. Thank y'all for coming in. Please like the video. Okay, so you're saying that this all originated on Decop's Lesbiterian panel. That was your first
Exactly.
time encountering this Heat and having any type of conversation with her?
No, like in the chats, I'll be like, hey, this Heat or whatever. I'll laugh at this Heat's comment, but actually, like talking to this Heat was yes on Decop's panel.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was clear to everybody. So it wasn't like that somebody went behind the scenes trying to contact each other, but y'all initially had an actual verbal conversation on that panel that night.
Exactly. And
okay,
even on that panel that night, I was just pretty much agreeing to what she was saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and so at that time, like Ness felt type of way because when I went over to her panel, I mean, I didn't hit her panel, but I went into her chat, like she was just throwing some slick ass shade towards me. And that shit had me surprised because I was like, damn, like I didn't know there was nothing even going on between them two. And I didn't even see he as in that way in the first place. I'm just a flirtatious type of person, even though I wasn't flirting on Decop's panel, but she took it that way. And mind you, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the relationship at that time. Like I had just became a subscriber of Nessa's channel.
Okay. And I do remember Decop's panel. Y'all, if y'all don't remember the very first Lesbiterian panel that Decop did, that was the one when VS got up there and showed her motherfucking black ass. And that was whenever everything went awry. That was whenever I got up there and had the cuss out intrusion raggedy ass. It was a lot that happened on that panel that night. But Jessica Michelle is saying that was her first time ever speaking with this Heat on an actual platform on a StreamYard link, and that Ness started treating her differently after that panel. Okay, you could go ahead. Oh, and she also did say that she was subscribed to Ness and already a supporter of Ness prior to that Lesbiterian panel, but Ness started acting funny. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so what happened was like every time like you would go back and forth with her, I'll be going back and forth with her. So me and her will share words, like she'll be up on her panel and I'll be in the chat and I'll be throwing slick shade at her, whatever. But it got to the point I'm like, this shit is stupid. At the end of the day, like I like Ness's personality. Like when she's not doing all that yelling and screaming, if you really listen to Ness, like she seems like she's a cool ass person or whatever. So even though she had blocked me, I would still be in the clouds like watching her lives. And what made me use my backup page to go to her live was when I had seen this Heat and Ness live at the same time. And the chat was going back and forth saying, oh, this Heat was talking about you to Ness, going to Ness saying, oh, this Heat's, talking shit about you, saying all this is a bunch of shit or whatever. And I thought that was wrong because I'm like, damn, like, how are they going to sit there and lie on her like that? Like, me, one thing I can't stand is a liar. So I went and got my backup page and I dropped down in this chat. I'm like, listen, I know you don't like me, but at least watch the live yourself. Like, don't go off of what these people are saying. And then from there, like, we put our differences aside. And then,
And
like, a few days later,
I remember the night in question that you were talking about, which that was only like about like a week ago.
Exactly.
Because I was actually clicking Ness's link to get up there to give her my opinion of what I had heard. The night in question that Jessica Michelle is talking about is whenever this Heat and Ness fell out on Ness's platform, and this Heat took the VS interview from Ness and went and started a live on her own platform. And so that same night, just like Jessica Michelle is saying, everybody was in between the lives because this Heat struck up a live on top of Ness's live. So either you're going to listen to what's happening over here with Ness, or you're going to go over here to see what in the hell happened over here with this Heat and why she went live on top.
Hello?
Sorry about that, Jessica. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, my laptop still ended up dying, and I could have swore that I put the charger in, but I don't know. It still died anyway. So I got to check to see. Maybe I didn't have the charger in all the way. But I just hurried up and grabbed my cell phone so that I could come back in here with you. Um, but so that was the night that they were having those lives going on at the exact same time with this Heat and VS being live at the same time as Ness was doing her live. And I was one of the people that was coming over there to report based on what I heard. Now I have to
Yeah.
be honest. I was going over there and I was hearing certain things that was being said. They said lost sound. Oh,
I
they
can hear
said tell
you.
Zulu to stop messing with the equipment. But I was going over there and I was hearing certain things that were being said that I was coming back to report. I was one of the people that was reporting. Now, I think a lot of people was trying to say that I was giving this misinformation on purpose, but no, everything was going on in real time. And I would just listen over there for about 20 minutes, and then I'll come back over there and tell Ness what I heard. I'll click the link and come up there to tell her what I heard, and then I'll go back and listen some more. And I was doing it like that. But a lot of people up in the chat were saying different things whenever I was coming up there to tell her what I heard. So I definitely agree with you on that. Okay, so you were going back and forth talking to her, and now I got my laptop back up and running. So I'm about to switch back over to it, but go ahead and tell about your thought of the events that night.
All right. So yeah, no, like I was saying, when this Heat was on the panel with I believe she was doing an interview with VS, if I'm not mistaken. Like, she wasn't saying nothing bad about Ness, but I noticed how the people was going to Ness's channel, like saying that she was or whatever. And I didn't like that shit. Cause I'm like, damn, like, how are you gonna sit there and lie on her when it wasn't even like that? So that's when I got my backup page and I dropped down in Ness's chat. And I was like, listen, like, I don't care if you don't like me, but watch Heat's live for yourself. Don't go off of what these people are saying in the chat. Anyways, so what happened was days before VS had did you know how she had screen recorded this heat. Well, days before that, this heat had went into my community wall. I hear an echo again.
Let me
Can you
see.
hear me?
Give me 1 second, Jessica.
All right.
Yeah, I have my echo cancellation off, but you can still hear an echo with me?
No, I don't hear echo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was switching over the devices. I was legitimately getting off of my cell phone device and getting back on the laptop. So hopefully everything is good now.
Okay. So a few days before VS had did that live when she had showed this heat, when she had, used her other device to show this heat or whatever, this heat had went on my community wall, and she was like, what's your email? So I dropped my email in my community wall comment section or whatever. Then she hits me up. She wanted me to do an interview. The interview was supposed to be done on a Saturday. But after the whole thing with VS and all that shit that was going on, she had asked me to do it on a Friday. And I have put in the email. I was like, are you doing this shit to like get Ness mad or whatever? And you have the email. I don't know if you're gonna show it or what, but
well, yeah, I have the emails. I did not plan to show them, but I just think it's interesting that even after the Lesbiterian panel, after that night when you had to go into Ness's underneath your backup page because she had unblocked you because she was feeling some type of way, that then this heat would reach out to you for an interview, as if that would not be a problem, considering that Ness already had a problem with you currently. Otherwise, she wouldn't have blocked your main channel. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay. So even with her knowing that Ness,
she wanted to. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying, so even with her knowing that Ness already had an issue with you, this is whenever she was emailing you to invite you for an interview.
Exactly. And it was supposed to be done that Saturday, but she hit me up Friday wanting to do it like a day early.
Okay. So
and this was after the whole thing that happened with her with her picture being exposed by VS, that little video that VS had did.
So this interview that you were going to do with her was supposed to be the Saturday following the live in which VS exposed her camming up.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, but she ended up doing it on the Friday. And y'all, this is the part of the story that made me want to have a conversation on here with Jessica Michelle, because she informed me of this information as well whenever we corresponded via email today. And of course, my first thought is, okay, where's the interview? Because this interview seems to be the bulk talking point of this whole situation. So I asked her what the interview was because I wanted to take a look at it to see exactly what happened. And go ahead and tell them about what happened when you did the interview.
All right. So what happened was me and this heat, well, she set the time up for 9:45 or whatever. So at 9:45, I checked my email. She had dropped the StreamYard link. I hit the StreamYard and I was on camera and everything. And, basically she was telling me like what was going to be talked about with the whole thing with how did I feel about VS, basically putting her on blast after she had told her not to. And I told her, VS was dead wrong for that, but you should already know how VS is. Like VS is going to do some shit like that. And then we got on the topic about fucking Pizarro, and we started talking about Ness. And then she was telling, because I had told her, I was like, listen, I had noticed that when I had made a post, you had shared it and then you had deleted it. And she was like, oh, but yeah, because Ness she was pissed off and wanted me to delete it because I had shared your post. And but I was like, but I didn't say nothing bad about Ness though when I had made the post. It was really directed towards Pizarro. But then she was like, yeah, but she feels a type of way towards you. Like she feels a way about you.
Okay, so I want y'all to be following this. So he already knew that Ness had an issue with this lady from the Lesbiterian panel that Decop had. And even with her knowing that Ness had an issue with this lady, even with her knowing that Ness had already blocked this lady off her channel and started acting funny with this lady, she then invited this lady to do an interview. She then shared this lady's post only to delete the post because she said Ness had a problem with this heat sharing this lady's post. So she already knew initially that there was an issue. Now, the reason why I have a problem with this is because, and based on what I read via the email, and she did send me the email copies of their correspondence. So I was able to read through all of that, y'all. But what I have an issue with is that Jessica Michelle, from what she told me, she camped up and did an entire interview with this Heat. But this Heat never pressed the live button in order for them to go live and for the interview to be out here. Because I went today to go look for the said interview because I wanted to see it to see what happened. And it seems that this Heat had this girl come on the StreamYard link while camped up, interview ready to answer questions and have a conversation, but she had never clicked the live button to actually make the interview live. So
No,
it
no,
never
wait,
got
hold
out.
on. Hold on, J.Dunn.
Okay.
No, that's not. No, this is what happened. She was like, "We're gonna talk about what the live is gonna be about. We're gonna talk like 15 minutes before." So she did hit the live because there was some people that was in the chat. Pazar was one of the people that was in the chat because she was like, "Oh, this is boring and I'm gonna leave." So she did hit the live, but she hit the live for about 10, 15 minutes and then she cut it off. That's what happened.
Oh, so she clicked the
And then
live
she
button.
deleted it. She deleted it. Yeah.
Okay, so she clicked the live button, let it run for about 10 minutes, then ended the live and deleted the live.
Yes, and then I came into this. I don't know if I stayed in the StreamYard. I came back into the StreamYard, and that's when we conversated for about almost 3 hours, just chopping it up, just talking.
Okay, huh. And so, did she give you any type of explanation on why the interview only went on for 10 minutes before she ended it?
She said because there wasn't enough people in the chat. Because at that time Ness was live, or she had just went live, so she ended it because there wasn't enough people in the chat. And I told her, I'm like, I don't know why you would do the interview with me in the first place, because I'm just a subscriber. Like, if anything, if you want numbers, it would be with like the big dogs like VS. That's where your numbers are gonna come in. But like now that I'm looking at it, like she was just doing that just to piss off Ness. And that's just what it is.
Right. That's what it sounds like to me as well. And even the fact that now we all are pretty much we all pretty much understand that Ness typically goes live super late. At least I know that being on the East Coast. Normally, I'm gone to bed by the time Ness goes live, but typically she's on there so long that by the time I wake up, I can look and see that she's probably on there. And so the fact that she started the interview at that time, which means that she deliberately was setting up her interview when she knew that Ness was going live. And then because y'all didn't get the numbers, y'all weren't pulling the numbers into the live, she ended the live
And she deleted it.
and deleted it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which I think that's crazy in itself. Because the thing with being a content creator 101 is if you done had somebody set a set time aside to do an interview and you have had them cam up, the least that you could do is follow through with the interview, regardless of how many numbers are there. Because your true supporters will come back and watch the replay. And I just think the nerve of her. You cammed up for this. She refuses to cam up, is scared to cam up. And she wasted your time that night with only 10 minutes of an interview because Ness was getting more numbers. That's crazy. But okay, go ahead.
Exactly. So, like I said, we was just sitting there and in the stream here talking just pretty much about like the B sector and her relationship with Ness, and it wasn't nothing like the way they're making it seem like, oh, she was trying to come at this Heat and trying to come between Ness and this Heat. It wasn't even like that. So when I had went to Ness's panel, when I hit Ness's panel, I had no intention of hitting Ness's panel that night. Basically, they were up there playing a game, and for me, I let it be known like I love the topic of sex, and it was a Ness was asking sexual questions. So that's when I hit the panel. I even said in the chat, like, damn, like, why can't you wait for like a weekend and then get to this type of topic and shit. So anyways, I hit the panel, whatever. And basically, I was like, you know what? We put our differences aside and shit. But she was like, well, do you have anything to tell me? Do you have anything that you need to tell me? And she's like, you could either say it, or you could put it in the chat. I didn't want the shit to come out because he had asked me not to say anything about it. And I said I wouldn't say shit about me and her, about us doing like the what you call it, the StreamYard together, whatever. Even though she had hit live, but she had deleted it. So I don't know if she deleted it thinking that Ness wouldn't know about it or whatever. But anyways, I had put it in the back chat that, you know, me and this he did a live. And that's when she was like, oh, put your number in the chat, in the back chat. And that's why I dropped my number in the back chat, and then she had called me. So when she had called me, I let her know the conversation of me and this he or whatever. And she said that she didn't know. And I told him, like, well, I thought you knew or whatever, because, you know, it was live. But then I also remember that this he did delete it, and Ness really did not know about it or whatever. And I had told Ness when I was on the phone with her, I was like, I don't even want this shit to be out, like, because I had put it in the back chat. It wasn't for YouTube to be fucking knowing what was going on, because I've been saying from day one they should have kept the whole relationship off fucking YouTube anyways. So when we get back on the panel or whatever, that's when Ness was like, oh, uppity, drop your big one, I'm gonna put something in the back chat. And that's when all the shit happened. So I had no intentions of telling Ness what happened, but I didn't want to lie when she asked me the question either.
I got it. And also, y'all, in the email correspondence that Jessica Michelle did forward over to me, this he specifically said that she didn't want Jessica to let anybody know that she had reached out to her. It's verbatim up in the email. And I didn't load those in here because I'm on my laptop currently. However, the receipts are there where this he said that she did not want Jessica Michelle to let anybody know that she had reached out, which really it was a light bulb to me, because that's the same exact thing that this heat did with VS. If y'all recall, the DMs, the Instagram DM receipts that VS posted, in those DMs, if you read them carefully, this heat told VS, keep this between me and you. She said that to VS as if she didn't want VS to let anybody know that they were corresponding. And she said the same thing up in these email messages with Jessica Michelle. And another reason too, Jessica, why I did not load them, because I didn't know if you wanted these to be exposed like that, to be honest. I thought that you were just...
I really don't care. I just don't like the fact that they're sitting there trying to spin a narrative like I was coming at... I mean, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Like towards the end of our interview, yeah, I was flirting with her, but they're making it seem like I've been after this heat like this whole fucking time, when it wasn't even like that. Like, it really wasn't. Like, the interview, I wouldn't even call it an interview. The conversation that we had was really a good conversation. And she said she didn't record it, but if she did, like, I have no problem with her putting it out there, because it really overall was a good conversation between us when we were talking behind the scenes.
Right. Well, and too, I see somebody up in the... And hey to everybody coming. Thank y'all for joining. Please like the video while y'all come in. Somebody said, why would it be a secret when you're doing a public interview, supposedly? Well, that's my thing, straight out of a storyline for content, because the way that I feel is that it's almost as if she didn't want it to be known that she is the one who initiated the contact with Jessica Michelle. Because wasn't it her that had contacted you?
And yes, she wrote in my community on under one of my posts in the community while asking for my email. And I had went back to try to screenshot that part, but she had deleted it.
Okay.
She took it off, but I gave her my email. I mean, it's obvious that I gave her my email, because in the email, you could tell like she hit me up. So obviously I would have given her my email for her to hit me up first.
Correct. So she came underneath one of your posts asking for your email address. You gave her your email address. And then now that all this shit has hit the fan, when you went back to try to screenshot it, she had deleted her comment off the post.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what happened.
This is a lot of underhanded shit, y'all. And this is the stuff that I was suspected. The more that I read those emails and was just listening to what she said. And like even Jessica Michelle was saying, you know, she told this heat to put the interview back up there. This heat is telling Jessica that there is absolutely no way that she could put the interview back up there or be able to recover it. But everybody in this chat who is a content creator and uses StreamYard knows that is a lie. StreamYard has a certain amount of storage that can be stored when we do these lives like this. And that way, even if you happen to accidentally delete a video off of YouTube, it is still stored in the StreamYard software so that you can recover it and repost it. StreamYard,
Exactly.
especially if you pay for the service, they give you a certain amount of storage space in the StreamYard software alone. So the fact that this heat was telling Jessica Michelle that there was no way that the interview could be recovered to be put here is a lie. Because y'all know that we can go in and see exactly the saved ones that have been stored in the StreamYard. But Jessica Michelle didn't know that. Okay. So yeah, so now we got the narrative spinning about you coming at her. When it seems like she only reached out to you to use you as a weapon against Ness. Because
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
that's what it sounds like. Because if all of this happened after VS had already exposed her camming up, her and Ness were already going back and forth with each other. They were already having crazy issues. Then she went live with you for this interview that she told you not to even tell anybody that was happening. Then, because Ness was live and getting the bigger numbers, then she ended the live and deleted it and then acted like it didn't happen. Then she clearly was trying to use you as a weapon against Ness.
Yep, that's what happened.
Okay. So now I guess you can go back to whenever you had told Ness on the phone what everything that happened. What did Ness tell you?
She was really surprised, like she was shocked and everything. And I was telling her, I was like, well, yeah, this he was saying that, you was like jealous, you was feeling a type of way towards me, bothered. And she was like, that's a lie. Fucking Heat was telling her that I was coming on to her, that I've been like writing all over her community, what you call it, all over her posts under her community walls or whatever. And it wasn't even like that. So at the end of the day, I told her, I was like, listen, I don't want this to be on YouTube, because I really didn't. I didn't want that to be out there or whatever. And she agreed that it wasn't going to be on YouTube. Like, we wasn't going to speak about it. Let's just go up there and continue the panel or whatever. But then when she went up there, it was a different story.
And let me clarify that part. So that's another part that Jessica Michelle did mention, which I want to make sure that I emphasize for y'all. So when Jessica Michelle and Ness had that phone conversation the other night during Ness's live, Jessica Michelle specifically told Ness that she did not want what she revealed to Ness in that conversation to get back here on YouTube. And Ness agreed to it. And as soon as she hung up the phone, she unmuted her live and told Uppity to do her big one. And then she started having Uppity go off, and then she started going off about this information that she just got, even though she was just on the telephone with Jessica Michelle and told Jessica Michelle that she wasn't going to mention it on here. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Okay. All right. So you can go ahead and explain it, but I just want to make sure that I'm emphasizing everything to try to get people to understand the timeline based on what you said.
No, basically what got me was the whole thing with fucking Pizarro. So I don't know what the fuck he told Pizarro, but the way, because I was listening to Lady Nika's live earlier today, and Pizarro, she was making it seem like I was really after this Heat when it wasn't even like that. So I was like, damn, like, what is Heat saying to Pizarro? It's either that or Pizarro just don't fucking like me, which is she fucking doesn't, bothered ass bitch. But the whole point is, like, Pizarro was fucking lying. So I don't know if she's just lying just to spin this narrative because the fact that she don't like me, or this Heat is really telling her that I was really coming on to her. This shit makes no fucking sense. And I even told this Heat in the email, I'm like, listen, like, I didn't want the drama. Like, if you're going to do the interview, like, let's just do the interview, but I don't want no drama out of it. And she was like, no, it's nothing like that, because I know you're not like that. That's what she said. And similar to what I had told Ness, like, let's just keep it behind the scenes and not put it out there for YouTube. And she had agreed.
Okay. And just for anybody that is curious, y'all, because Me and Jessica Michelle got blocked out of Truth Enterprise. I guess it was yesterday
Yeah,
because Truth Enterprise seems to think that Jessica Michelle came over here to follow this heat over here. I dropped down in Truth's chat to let Truth know that that was not true. I first knew of Jessica Michelle maybe like last summer or something. And I knew of her because she is a supporter of China White. When
exactly.
China White came over here after the black sector and the beef sector merged, that's when I started seeing Jessica Michelle show up. But I only saw her appearing when China White made her way over here. And if y'all know,
And
China White is like the moderator for Kimmy now and like one of Kimmy's friends and all this kind of stuff. And based on my recollection, Jessica Michelle had been in the sector and supporting our channels before this heat ever showed up. That's based on my
exactly,
knowledge because this heat didn't show up until October. I know damn well that Jessica had been around the beef sector way before then. And so that's what I was trying to convey to Truth Enterprise regarding her commentary because her commentary was incorrect. Jessica Michelle couldn't have followed this heat over here because she'd been over here before this heat got here.
and
In my
then when I even got here, exactly. But then when this heat did come around, she had ended up deleting her channel. 'Cause I remember she was around, and the next thing you know, she was gone, and then she came back.
well, yeah, she deleted many channels, but her first time appearing was around October or November, and that was with her very first channel. That's a fact. And the reason why I know that is because Pizarro's live is still up and posted, and I have the link to that live in which this heat made her very first appearance on the spaceship and caused all this havoc. And all of that was last winter, like in the late fall, right at the beginning of winter. Whereas I
Exactly,
remember you around last summer because of your affiliation with China White.
exactly. No, that's the truth. That's facts.
So that's why I was trying to tell the Truth Enterprise, like, no, she didn't follow this heat over here. She done been over here. But y'all, you can't tell Truth nothing whenever you trying to give her accurate information. Then she gotta cuss you out, even though she over there lying because she don't know what she talking about. Then she gotta block people out the motherfucking chat. So yesterday I got blocked out of Truth's chat all because I was trying to give her accurate information because I remember when this lady came over here.
Yeah, she was deleting my comments too. She started deleting my comments.
Okay. All right. So Pizarro, you said that Pizarro is spinning some type of narrative like you came onto this heat. But now, do you think that this heat could have told Pizarro that? Because as we have learned here recently, they have had a couple of private StreamYard sessions themselves. So do you think
Exactly.
at
That's
any
the
point
truth.
within the private StreamYard that maybe this heat was able to tell her the same, tell Pizarro the same exact bullshit that she told Ness?
I believe that because when me and Ness was on the phone, she had told me that it was, I believe it was either this heater or Pizarro had went to the backstage, and not the same, it was when I had joined Ness's membership and was like, oh, you have supporters who are playing in your face that's two-faced towards you. So it was something, it's something going between Pizarro and this heat.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's interesting that they have had private StreamYard conversations because people want to act like private StreamYards is not the equivalent of a behind the scenes on the phone conversation, but it really is. Most people don't remember, but when the pandemic first started, y'all, StreamYard used to crash a lot when we would get on here to go live. And this was like at the very beginning of it. And that was because so many people were using StreamYard like Zoom. Because when the pandemic first started, y'all, people had to come on here and actually use this kind of like FaceTime in order to talk to their relatives. And so many people were coming onto this particular website using it so much that it would lag and crash. So I find it hard to believe that people are thinking that doing a private stream yard is not the equivalent of a phone conversation and things like that. It seems like this heat might have deceived Pizarro into thinking the same thing that she deceived Ness into thinking. So exactly what do you want to
No,
clear up?
at the end of the day, Pizarro just doesn't like me anyways. Pizarro just doesn't like me anyways, and that's a fact.
But
Because
why?
she's.
Because
I mean, for
I don't
me
I
now with Pizarro, huh?
well, I was just saying, but why? Because if I recall correctly, she first started having an issue with you, if I'm not mistaken, after that Lesbitarian panel and after you showed the picture of your bed.
You're talking about with who, with Pizarro, or what are you talking
With
about?
Pizarro.
No, hell no. It was before then. I mean, Pizarro already felt a type of way anyways because of China. So she already felt a type of way. But
Oh,
what really
because of your affiliation with China White.
exactly. And what really got to was when VS had came back. I don't know if you guys seen that live, but Pizarro was fucking excited. Like she was happy as fuck. Oh, Pizarro. I mean, VS is back, acting like a fucking fan. So when VS finally went live and she wasn't acknowledging, VS wasn't acknowledging Pizarro. Pizarro felt a type of way. And then she wanted to go back on her life talking shit. And I was just like in the chat, I'm like, damn, like what happened? Like you was so hyped up, but now you sitting there talking shit. Like what changed? Like I was just basically like saying shit to her in the chat and it fucking triggered her. So it was like a back and forth since then. But it really stemmed from me being affiliated with China, me being a subscriber of her.
And you know something? I forgot about that part of it too. Well, I forgot about it, but I didn't. Because I know that that's how I knew of you here. But I forgot about Pizarro and China White beefing and how China White got up there and cussed Pizarro out. So Pizarro might very well be taking it out on you because of her dislike for China White.
Exactly. Because what made me stay around for Pizarro's channel is because that day actually China had did a live. And I was looking in the comments. I was like, damn, like what's going on? Because he was like, oh, she's calling you to her. She's calling to her panel. She's calling to her panel. The people were saying that in China's chat. So I was just like, well, damn, like who? And then they had put Pizarro's channel. And that's when I went over to Pizarro's channel. I didn't know who Pizarro was. And next thing you know, like China hit that panel and she drugged the fuck out of Pizarro. Like she really drugged the fuck out of her. But what I admired about Pizarro was like she stood 10 toes down. Even though she got drugged the fuck out of, like she, she held her own or whatever. So I like that about it. But then after continuously watching her, I was like, damn, like this bitch is a fucking clown. She's very insecure. I don't like how she talks down on fucking females. Like it's just disgusting to me.
And Kwani, Jessica is a subscriber. She is a subscriber who came from the black sector and she originally was in the camp of China White. China White from the black sector, when China White started coming over here frequent in the beef sector is how Jessica ended up coming over here to the beef sector. Okay, so, do y'all have any questions in the chat? Because I mean, I don't know that I have any other questions. Okay, I guess. So what made you, now this one, what made you stay behind the scenes of that live after Ness had ended it in the way that she did?
I mean, the truth is, I really did not know the live had ended because when they were going back and forth, I kind of like tuned out because I started reading the comments. I was reading the comment section. And if you listen to the live, at one point it went quiet and I was like, hello, hello. And then Ness started talking again. So I was like, okay, like we're still here. And then it went quiet again. And then I hear Heat say, oh, that live ended. I'm like, it ended. And he's like, yeah, it ended. And then basically this Heat was just saying like, I apologize for coming at you the way I did. And because, it's not, I mean, he was wrong for not telling us what the fuck about me and her doing the live or whatever, but me and her doing the stream out or whatever. But it's really not that deep because they're making it bigger than what it is. But it's also Heat's fault because she's insinuating that it was something more than that. So basically I was telling her, he told me, she's like, yeah, I really do care for Ness or whatever. And even in the back chat, while they were on the panel, the Heat was in the back chat begging Ness to end the live. Like she was begging Ness to end the live to talk to her after, like to just to end it, like let's talk, like just let's talk or whatever. So when she did end the live, she was telling me how she does care for Ness. She has affection towards her. And I'm like, well, if you really feel like that, like if you really care for her, then you'll just be honest with her and let her know, like, Pizarro is not her fucking friend. Like, she's just really not. And she was just like, oh, why do you feel like that? I'm like, because she's over here sharing all these other people's channels, but she stopped sharing hers. And I feel like, Pizarro feels like that's competition for her, like Ness is her competition. And when I had mentioned that in chat, even Uppity had mentioned it one day, maybe like the day before, whatever. That's when Pizarro started sharing Nessa's live. So I feel like there was truth to that. But I was just telling Heat like that Pizarro is not Nessa's friend. Like she's just not. So
Okay.
that was pretty much what was going on in the back when me and he was left back in the back of the StreamYard.
Okay. So y'all, based on everything for me, and this is even with just listening to it, it seems like this was pretty much set up. Ultimately, that interview in question was only set up in order for this Heat to weaponize you against Ness, because she was trying to do the interview with you at the time that Ness was live. And y'all started the interview at the time that Ness was live, but because Ness was pulling more numbers, this Heat canceled y'all's interview, or at least ended y'all's live and deleted the interview. But it was ultimately a way to compete with Ness. Y'all, because y'all have to remember, like the night prior, this Heat went live on top of Ness and brought VS over there to compete with Ness, to pull the numbers away from Ness's live and bring them over to her channel. And it was like the following Friday, after the whole VS debacle happened, she did this again, or at least attempted to do this again with Jessica Michelle, but she failed miserably because the numbers went over there to Ness and not enough people were there to watch her interview with you. This is how I know that was a manipulation tactic, Jessica Michelle. Because if
Yeah,
she
it was.
really just cared about a genuine interview, she wouldn't have gave a damn if it was only 2 or 3 people up in there. But the fact that she needed it for it to be hundreds of people up in there so that she could take the numbers from this and have this interview with you lets me know that she was only doing it to get a reaction out of Ness.
Exactly.
Okay. So do you have anything else that you want to add up in here? I will drop the link. If a couple of people may, or one person at a time may want to come and ask anything. But do you have anything else that you think is important to add to this?
No, just the fact that like the people who did commentary on it, they had this shit all wrong. Like I never came onto this Heat like in that type of way. I wasn't following her around. I wasn't doing none of that shit. Like they had that shit wrong.
And y'all, she did send me the email thread between her and this Heat. And I have to be honest, this Heat emailed her first. In that
And not
email
just
thread, it does not
mhm.
show Jessica Michelle emailing this Heat. This Heat emailed Jessica first. It's right in the receipts. She sent them to me before we even did this. She sent me the receipts earlier this afternoon, and I was able to read through them to try to figure out what in the hell was going on.
Because I even asked he in the email, I was like, if you know that Ness doesn't like me, like, why would you still want to do the interview? And her response was, well, are you intimidated by Ness? And I said, no, not at all. Just that I know how that would feel to her. I could put myself in Ness's shoes and understand how she would feel. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did say that. And again, I have to reiterate, in the email thread, this Heat specifically asked her to not tell anybody that they communicated. She put it. She put it. So let me go up in here. You can talk, Jessica. I'll put this link. Oh, Ronnie Q is back here, but hold on. Because I'm going back up in my phone. I'm going in my phone right now, but let me let Ronnie Q up. Is that Ronnie Q? Oh, yeah, it is. Girl, Ronnie Q be changing these pictures, child. I be having to examine the shit. But this her.
Jessica, I mean, I don't believe you did this to me. Why would you show J.Dunn the emails? I told you that I did not want you to show the emails. Jessica, okay. Okay, I have one question, Jessica. Okay, I want you to be real clear on this because it was stated that Flickr herself asked you to go into her comments and comment on all of her things. So what
Yes,
I'm
that's the truth.
understanding, I'm sorry, that is the truth. So what I'm
Yeah, that is the
understanding
truth. She said that in the
today,
private stream that me and her did.
so what I'm understanding today is she then tried to weaponize that as well as to say you were chasing after her because of the comments you were leaving in her under all her messages when she was the one who told you to do it.
And that's the thing. Even when she said it, I didn't. The only one I commented on was the one that she had posted of MU.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to get some clarity because I knew I had heard that she told you to do it. So thank you for telling me that you didn't do it. Okay, well thanks a
And,
lot.
and Ronnie Q, did you
No, you're
also
welcome.
hear the part of the live in which Jessica Michelle said that when she went to go and screenshot the correspondence in which this heat came underneath her post to
Mhm.
ask for her email address, that this heat has already deleted that comment
Yes,
already?
yes, I did. Now, Jessica, when after you went back to screenshot it, but had you already responded to that message to let her know that you saw the message, which then allowed her to go and erase it because she knew you had already seen it?
Yeah, because what happened was I had dropped my email in the post or whatever, and then I saw that she had emailed me. And then I thought about like something told me like let me just screenshot it just in case because I see like with the B sector, you need receipts. But then
Mhm.
when I went back, the shit was gone.
Yeah, because she already knew that you had gotten her request. So then she went back and emailed and erased it to make it seem like you reached out to her, even though she's the start of the thread of the emails. So she is a
Exactly.
whole clown out here. Jessica, I don't believe you told me. This is interesting. This is interesting, Jessica. Why would you do this, Jessica? All right, that's it. Fine, J.Dunn. J.Dunn,
Uh-huh.
we need you to screenshot those receipts and at least put them on your wall because see, this is the thing that I'm very sick of over here. I'm really sick of all this behind the scenes bullshit, trying to create fake storylines, fake narratives, a whole bunch of bullshit, hoes coming over here talking shit with not one receipt to prove anything. Like we're supposed to believe liars who lie just because they're telling their lies. See, because the beef sector was built on show and prove, not just run your mouth. We are a fact finding sector over here. We show receipts. J.Dunn, get those
Well, wait a
receipts up,
second, Ronnie
please.
Q. Before you leave, because I'm actually going to do a screen share. But the reason why I wasn't really open to putting these screenshots out because she did put her phone number
I
in the
agree,
in these.
Patricia. I agree with you.
But you can like I say, if you just take pictures of it and
Well,
then
but
you can
hold on, no.
redact her phone number. You can just cross her phone number off and you can redact any doxing type of information. But it's like, we're a
Hold on.
beef
Wait a
sector.
second. Wait a second. I'm just going to do this real quick, Jessica Michelle. I don't see anything personal here, but to prove that I'm not fabricating that she sent me these emails, let me do this real quick.
And the reason why I put my number is because the email that I gave is not an email that I really use. I don't really check it too often. So it's like if anything, like you
So
can just hit
do
me up
y'all
for my
see all
number.
of these down here? She had 11 attachments
Yes.
of the screenshots of the email correspondence. And if y'all could see that purple T, that's for this heat. This heat is the one who is initiating the contact. These are 11 attachments. If I clicked on them, then you can see what's in each one. But again, I know one of these got her phone number up in it, and that's why I don't want to click on them. But this is the proof that she sent the receipts here for me to see. And I was able to click on each one and read through each and every single one of these to see
Okay.
exactly how the conversation went.
Well, Jessica, I mean, J.Dunn, I'm pretty sure they may be out of order and if somebody wanted to say, "Oh, she was lying," you can clearly see Jessica was the first one, according to the layout on this paper. So, would it be possible for you to open up this Heat's initial, just that one email when she initiated the conversation? Because
Yeah,
somebody is surely going to say, "Oh, you see, this Heat didn't start the conversation. Jessica was the first one on the paper." Because the
Right, that's
shit.
true.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going through here right now. That's why I stopped sharing the screen and I'm zooming through here right now to see which one was the first one that was sent. Oh, here it is right here.
I
Oh,
wouldn't be
here it
surprised
is.
if
Hold on.
Pizza set that shit
It's
up,
right here.
honestly.
Let me share my screen again. So let me see if I can make this bigger. 7 days ago. Hey, this is this Heat. The weekend around what time is good for you if I was to go live, because I rarely go live. Also, don't say anything about me emailing you right here.
Okay. Perfect.
And then she said, hey, I won't say anything, but anytime after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is good for me. Just let me know ahead of time so I can be home.
That's good, J.Dunn.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, J.Dunn. Thank you,
Okay,
Jessica.
you're welcome.
Oh, and another
All right,
thing.
thank you.
And another thing. See, because prior to this had been building up because it was so unrational the way Ness would, every time Jessica would say something in the chat, she would read. It was like she was waiting on Jessica to say something in the chat to curse her out. Remember when you put Jessica's bed on your community wall, J.Dunn, and Ness
Yeah.
was having a connection. This Heat had all, in my opinion, she had already put shit in Ness's head about
Exactly.
Jessica.
That's a true narcissist right there. This Heat, she was trying to use triangulation tactics. That's what the fuck that was.
Exactly, because I was like, why is she? And I didn't even know you were a paid member over there, and she still kept coming at you crazy. I
No,
was like, there's no
I just
way.
became a member like 3 or 4 days ago. So
Oh,
yeah, I just became a member.
okay. So yeah,
But
she had
but
already
you
put
have
that in the air.
but Ronnie Q put it in context. Jessica Michelle just became a member 3 or 4 days ago. However, as you can see, that receipt that I just showed, this Heat emailed her 7 days ago.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna let somebody else come up. Thank you guys for, talking to me.
All right, you're welcome.
All
I'm happy
right,
you
you're
came up here to
welcome.
ask your questions. So yeah, y'all saw that it's evidence. I showed the proof that she sent me the email receipts, and specifically the main receipt of this Heat reaching out to her first and not the other way around. Um, if anybody else wants to come up, you to ask a question, you're more than welcome to click the link to come up here. Ronnie Q was the only one back here, so that's why we just had her here. But yeah, I think she ultimately did it to get under Ness skin. But again, Ness is so hard headed that you cannot tell Ness anything.
Exactly.
Me, me, and several other people have tried to tell Ness that this Heat be having these types of ways about her. Ness didn't want to believe anybody. Clearly, now we know she is smitten because she cried about it. Not only that, but today she admitted to having her feelings involved on Pizarro's today. She said that it's not a romantic thing, but her feelings are involved, which I don't understand how your feelings can be involved in anything if it's not romantic. That don't even make sense. But that's what happened. And I have to also say that the reason why we had to do this live this late, because I can only imagine that Ness is going to say that we came live this late to step up on her live. No, Ness, Jessica Michelle is a mother who actually has her child in her possession. And after she got off work, she had to take care of her child, cook for her child, do homework with her child, and put her child to bed before she would be available to hit this StreamYard link and have this conversation. So that's the reason why I'm coming on this late at night, because Jessica Michelle was being a mother.
Exactly.
Okay, so I guess no, I don't think. Let me put the link one more time just in case. But I don't see anybody else back here, Jessica Michelle. But that's one thing too. With StreamYard, which that's another thing. Now, what do you think about the fact that this heat had no idea that anybody could click that link and come and listen to y'all talk like what I did, but yet she claims to be in IT? How are you?
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either until I saw that you had posted. I was like, damn, I didn't know J.Dunn was even there.
Yes, but this bitch claimed that she in IT and she has her own IT business. But she didn't know that it was not safe for y'all to be trying to have a private conversation back there when people had access to the StreamYard link, because Ness had it pinned at the top of the chat. Like, just because somebody clicks in broadcast on here, that doesn't mean that people can't still use the StreamYard link. This is the reason why people do the private StreamYards. I sent, now, prior to me starting up this live, I had already emailed this link to Jessica Michelle. This is the same exact link that I'm dropping up in the chat right now, y'all. Because I had already emailed the link to Jessica Michelle, I could have very well just brought her up here, had a conversation with her without clicking the start live button. If I don't click the start live button, then that's how you are able to have a behind the scenes StreamYard conversation. But because I started the live already before I even brought you up here, that's the reason why we're live. But once I click in broadcast, it's going to cut off the broadcast, but the StreamYard link is still going to work. But somebody who has an IT business should have known that. Somebody with an IT business and graduated from Georgia Tech with a degree in IT should have known that. But yet she was clueless. Make it make sense.
I mean, I feel like the he and Pizza, they have some shit going on. That's how I feel. That like, they setting us up. I feel like they setting us up and use me to do it.
Okay, so but why? What would be the motive in your opinion?
Well, Pizza already doesn't fucking like me, and then Ness already felt type of way for whatever reason, for whatever Heat was telling her, basically.
Okay.
So I guess they're using that for content, for numbers, for cash apps, all that shit. I'm not saying Ness, I'm saying Heat and Pizza Pizarro.
Mm-hmm.
Ness, you could tell by Ness's emotions that she really didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, she was surprised, basically. She was really shocked by the shit.
That is true, but I do still think that it's foul on Ness's part. That if on that phone conversation you asked her not to say anything about it on YouTube, and she hung up with you and still got up on her live and mentioned it, that's fucked up. Because if she agreed not to, then that was the agreement. But it's clear to me that she was so enraged and emotional at that particular time that she could not even control herself, that as soon as she returned back to her live, she told Uppity to do her big one, and then started spazzing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well,
but the thing is, but even with that, even on the phone conversation or whatever, because yesterday on the live, someone had made a comment like, "Do you think Jessica was playing in your face?" And she's like, "Yeah, I think she was a little bit. I think because she's like, at the end of the day, me and her were not friends," which is true. Me and Ness is not friends. I don't know Ness, and I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, Ness, she does seem cool, but I have my friends. Like, if you could only imagine how me and my friends we're clicked up, like it's nothing compared to what they got going on, but. She was right when she said that we're not friends, we're not cool or whatever. But also when we were on the phone together, she wanted to make me a mod. And I told her no. And that something about like Courtney, like she forced the mod stick on Courtney. But that's probably, I don't even know how to be a mod, honestly, because I really fucking don't. But yeah, she had wanted me to be a mod for her channel.
Oh, hold on. And please like my video, y'all. When did she ask you about being a mod?
This was when we had dropped, when I had put my number in the back check the same night that the whole shit happened. But she
Oh,
didn't
so
make
that's
me.
only
But
been
she
like
didn't make
what,
me the
2 months
mod.
ago?
Yeah, she didn't make me a mod, but she did say, "Oh, you should be my moderator." Basically, like she was pissed off at first when we was on the phone or whatever. When we started joking around, 'cause I'm like, "Yo, you seem like you're real cool," and she was like, "You're cool too." And it's like how she been wanted to unblock me, but the whole thing was like this heat and what this heat was saying.
Okay. Now, Jessica Michelle, there is another thing that I heard floating around here that I have to ask you about.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can't remember if I heard it on Pizarro's or over there on Lady Nika's where Pizarro said it. But is it in fact true that you were anticipating this, or you were anticipating this heat having a trip to Miami? And you told this heat that because you live in Orlando that she should come to Orlando and not bring this with her?
That is true. But I said that during a live. Like I was in the chat. That wasn't behind the scenes. It was on a live. And that's when me and Ness was going back and forth. That's when I said it.
Oh, okay. So you actually typed that up in the chat where everybody
Yeah,
could.
it was in the exactly. It was in the chat when I said it because they were actually on the panel when it was said. And then I was like, "Oh, they're coming to Miami." I'm like, "Well, he, come to Orlando, I'm trying to see something." But I was doing that to antagonize Ness at that time when me and Ness was going back and forth. And there was a comment that I seen. I'm trying to go back to it. And to Shavia, like, I'm not because she said Ness says she doesn't know what you're trying to do. I'm just being honest because obviously they can't. They're not being honest about what the fuck is going on. And if anybody's gonna step for me, it's gonna be me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can honestly say that definitely, I can see many reasons why Ness would have an issue with you from a jealousy standpoint because you are from
I'm an
Florida.
Aries. That's I'm an Aries.
You are from Florida just like she is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are openly, or would you call yourself bisexual?
I mean, like I was telling Heat, because she had asked me that too. I mean, I never had a relationship like I fucked around with females, but as far as like dating one, I haven't. So I feel like since I haven't like literally dated one, I wouldn't consider myself bisexual, but I have fucked around. I'm sexually fluid. It's just whatever flows, basically.
Okay. Okay, so that would make, I mean, because essentially you and Ness are pretty much parallel. Both of y'all from Florida. Both of y'all deal with men, but will deal with women every now and then. I think the only difference is you are not a deadbeat mother and she is. That's the biggest reason for her to be jealous. No nonsense said Florida people are thrown off. And I know because I'm married to one. Yeah, no
No, you're
nonsense.
crazy.
No nonsense husband is from Florida. So she definitely know a thing or two about Florida. But okay. So I guess is there any other thing that you may want to add in this? If not, we can go ahead and conclude it because I think you said everything that you could say as far as what happened. I showed y'all my email. I shared the screen to show y'all that she sent me the email receipts about this. So is there anything else, Jessica?
No, that's it. That's it. I mean, I wish them the best. I've said that in probably every chat panel. Like, I wish them to the best. I don't know if it's just trauma bonding. Like, I don't know what the fuck they got going on, but they could have it. I wouldn't want to do a virtual relationship anyway. Like, that shit's not for me.
Right. I would definitely agree with that. So I guess with that being said, chat, do y'all have any last questions for her before we conclude everything? Oh, Kimberly Black said, so what you saying, this heat has a type? I do believe that this heat has a type. And that's the thing. This lady is not a bad looking lady at all. She's not a bad looking lady. I believe that this heat has a type, but to be honest, this heat has run around here in so many people's DMs and emails, sending her pictures to them since she came on here. So she has always been trying, in my opinion, she has been trying to use her looks in order to persuade people in order to gain support on here. It's almost like somebody who thinks that they look so good that that's some type of privilege. You know how they've been having the colorism debate and they're like, people have light skin privilege and stuff like that. This Heat thinks that she looks so good, which is really subjective. But she thinks that she looks so good that her just having her picture or showing anybody her picture is just going to garner her favor with them just because she thinks she looks so good. And I believe that she tried that with many women in the sector. Demetra Lit All Day, Tia, Big Boss General, Bree, Pizarro. Who else? I don't know if Lady Nika got to see her picture before, but I think Lady Nika did. Allie the Sag. She was trying to use her picture to garner support from many of the women in the sector. And I think that Jessica Michelle is no different. Hell, she tried to use her appearance to garner support from VS. And so she just didn't realize that VS was about to outsmart her stupid ass and actually stream her when she camped up. Now, don't you think that that was a stupid ass move?
It was, but I didn't even know the history of he and Ali until I was listening into Nina, and I was like, damn, like that's when I made my post to my community where I'm like, yo, like Nina and Brianna made the most sense out of that whole fucking clique that's over on the spaceship. Nina hit it right on the fucking head, but I didn't even know the history of Ali and he at that time. Like I just found that out listening to Nina earlier today.
Yeah, and actually there is a whole trail of over 300 emails between Allie and this Heat. This Heat get to the point, hey Seven, I see you. And Seven, let me know if you have any questions for Jessica Michelle, and I'll put the link for you if you want to come up. But this Heat and Allie had a correspondence of over 300 emails. That's just how much this girl obsesses with sending emails and talking behind the scenes with people. And Allie is just one person with a trail of emails with this Heat. But even Kwani, because I saw Kwani up in here. When this Heat first showed up, this Heat was emailing Kwani, talking about interviews and things like that. I mean, she has this thing with trying to communicate with people off of this application through the DMs, through the emails, all of this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think over 300 emails and you only have known somebody for the course of like maybe what, a month or two is a bit extreme. Who the hell is communicating that much?
Love Boss, she's dragging the both of us.
She can drag all she wants, but the truth is,
I don't even care. I honestly don't. I mean, honestly, I do feel sorry for Ness because I was listening to one of her lives and how she was saying how hard it is for her to make friends. So that's why she gravitates so much to the internet. And I do feel sorry that she has a life like that. Honestly, because it's like, damn, like I wish I did know her in person because it's like, I'm a cool ass friend to have. Like all my fucking friends, like we literally love on each other. There's no fucking secret hatred, no jealousy, none of that shit. We really uplift each other. And I wish Ness had friends like that because Pizarro is not that. This fucking Heat is not that. She has toxic virtual friends around her. She needs to really get out the house and, meet people. Like I feel sorry for her.
But this is the thing though, Jessica Michelle, and even though Ness is over there dragging, all jokes aside with this right here.
No, she can drag. I don't care. Let me tell you. My personality is top tier. I'm not even talking about looks. My personality alone is top tier. None of that shit fucking bothers me. Like I know who I am, and I know I'm very truthful. I move with pure intention, so it is what it is.
But no, hold on. Let me finish. Let me complete this thought because I'm only being serious with this one. Couple of statements. I believe that the reason why Ness has trouble finding friends is whenever people have come through some type of addiction and gotten to the other side of it, many times you have to leave all of your friends alone. And I've seen that in real time, in real life with people where your group of friends, once you stop experimenting with mollies, experimenting with cocaine, experimenting with drugs, whatever you're doing, experiment with alcohol, uh, whatever it is. When you come on the other side of that, where you trying to get your life in order, a lot of the times you have to leave all of your friends behind. Otherwise, they could influence you to go back into the area in which you don't want to go back into, which could lead you back to addiction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
Yeah. And I think that that could be one of the key reasons why she doesn't have friends. Because it's not necessarily the fact that she can't make friends, but if your path and direction is going in an opposite direction of where your friends are headed down, then you're gonna have to separate yourself from your friends. I've even
Exactly.
seen that with my own life. With me, I've never had any addiction or none of that. But like my friends in my hometown, they are stagnant. They like being there. They like what they are doing there. They like the same old, all of that. And I noticed that my life was leading me on a different path. And, I had to go on the path that my life was taking me on, which meant that me and my friends slowly started to distance from each other, or grow apart rather. And these are just my high school friends, y'all, not my friends in Atlanta, but my high school friends, where we eventually started growing apart because they were content with being stagnant in the lives that they currently have, where I was trying to grow and do something more, move to another city, do something else, try to reach my full potential. And a lot of the times, the friends that you originally started your journey with may not make it to the other side with you, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Oh,
Seven
seven.
said drop the link.
Okay. Yeah. I'm telling you, Jessica Michelle, one of my best friends from high school, whenever I go back home to my hometown just to visit, he's still doing the same thing that he was doing, 10 years ago before I left Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still doing the same old, same old.
But I feel bad for her. I really do, because she does have some toxic ass friends in her corner that don't want to see her do better. And I like the idea of her and Uppity wanting to do the cooking challenge and shit, but it got derailed. And this is why I say that that Pizarro be hating on her, because when Pizarro does drop in Nessa's chat, it's on some bullshit. Oh, this is boring, or she'll try to derail it and make it about her instead of supporting her.
Okay, I
And
see
even
back
that
here
day, me and Uppity was in the
we got Sean back here. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling him up.
Sean Bradley.
Uh-huh. Yep, it's Sean. Hey, Sean.
Oh wow.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
Hey Sean.
So, this is funny because Ness is live right now with This Heat, and you're live right now with Jessica Michelle. How are you on such a winning streak right now, J.Dunn, when it comes to this whole saga?
Because real
Because
recognize real. It's real over here and it's very fake over there. That's the fucking issue.
But
that is true, Sean, but you have to know, when you done been there and done that, you could see how it's going to go all the way before it even go the way that it does. But, people just don't like to listen.
because I thought Ness apologized to you like last week or something, right?
She did, only for This Heat and Pizarro to clown her for apologizing, and then she retracted it. And
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Like, she has low
yeah, and I
self-esteem.
thought
I'm
that
saying
was
like
a
she has
bitch
very
ass
low
move.
self-esteem.
I thought that was a bitch ass move in itself, because that lets me know that peer pressure would make you not do the right thing.
But
Because
do you feel a little bit bad for her though? Because they were basically, the running narrative is that This Heat could not be into you because you're ugly. That's what everybody's consensus was towards her, and I was like, that's so unfair.
Wait, that's what she said?
That was no, that's not what she said, but that was what everybody was thinking.
well,
Everybody was
no, but
saying it. Everybody, they were saying it without saying it. If I'm lying, y'all
Okay,
let me
well,
know.
as long as he don't say that, because like the only thing is with that is I don't have proof to even put that out there, but she cannot say that.
No, no, I'm not saying
Well,
she can.
hold on.
No, it's not about what this he was
Well,
saying.
he's
But
asking me a
other people were saying like Ness,
Oh, okay.
you're not this he's type. They were saying all these things, but basically they're saying basically you're ugly for this he to be dealing with you. And I think that was wrong for them to do that. And if y'all are saying that she has low self esteem, that would definitely fuck with her. I don't think everybody said it, running Q, but I think it was the people that were saying it to her was when they would say that this you're out of basically you're out of this Heat's league. You're not her type, and it's like what you really trying to say. You know what I
well,
mean? So I don't think
Oh,
everybody
I
was
see what
saying it,
you're
but
saying. Yeah,
I
I
thought
see
it
what
was
you're saying.
unfair.
well, no, Sean, but hold on. The reason why people said that, including myself, what I was trying to tell Ness, this was initially whenever I first realized that she was serious about this heat. This heat, when she first came, Sean, she bragged about the women that she dated, only model types. She said she didn't believe in commitment. She typically dates 3 or 4 girls at one time. She even came to the point of sending pictures of her girlfriends to Brianna so that she could prove to Brianna that all of her women look better than any woman that I've dated.
Got
She
you.
was
No, and I understand it. And to y'all point, guys, I'm not saying that was said verbatim, but I'm saying that people are saying you're not Ness's type. I mean, you're not this he's type. So to someone that y'all are saying has low self-esteem, they might be thinking, oh, y'all saying I'm not her type because y'all think I'm ugly or whatever. And when she was talking to VS, she even said, well, y'all keep saying I'm not her type, but I'm not dating her. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not gay. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, to take it away from it doesn't matter from her type or not. We're just friends. We're cool. So there's no there when it comes to a sexual energy. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying anybody said that verbatim, but the underlying thing, if you read between the lines to someone that may have low self-esteem, may be like, oh, so y'all trying to say I'm fucked up? You know what I
Drop
mean?
the link for 7. Drop the link.
And I get that, Sean, but yeah, I admit that I did let Ness know that, but only out of concern for her because I already knew everything that this heat had told us about her dating and the type of women that she go for before Ness even came here. So
Yeah, and I
I
remember.
was trying to look out for her.
Yeah,
But
and
now
I
she has turned that into, oh, I'm not good enough for her and all this. No, I'm just telling you what the bitch was saying before you was back on here.
right, and also I remember that live y'all had when she was on Pizarro's. And I remember when even Brooke Valentine jumped up there and was like, "Look, I like you, we cool, we got no issues, but I'm trying to tell you right now that don't go down this road." And she started cussing at Brooke, and Brooke was like, "I'm just trying to come here and just let you know from what we know about her. Since you coming back around, and you don't know this lady. I'm letting you know X, Y, and Z." And then you got her over here spazzing out like months, a month, like not even a month later,
I
almost.
agree, Tina.
Right.
I agree.
Does is somebody hold on? Is Seven came. Okay. I was not sure if Seven could see the link because sometimes she can't see it. Okay, Seven back here. Let me make sure it's her. Yep, it's her. Okay.
And Ness is not ugly. Ness is a pretty girl. She just
Yeah, I
got
don't think
very
she's
low
ugly at all. I don't
self-esteem.
think Ness is ugly at all. No.
Oh, you
Well,
don't
And
think
I
this
Ness is
heat
think the
ugly
main
manipulates
because
her. This heat
you
manipulates her. Hey,
you
7.
don't think hi, you don't think Ness is ugly with those vampire
Seven, you
tattoos
low,
that she
baby, you
be
low.
having on?
Seven, you low.
Seven, maybe adjust your
I don't think she's
microphone. Or let
ugly.
me see if I can adjust it. No, that didn't work. Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you a
I
little
can
bit
hear
better
you.
now.
Okay. Hi everybody.
Hey.
Hey, 7.
Hi Jessica. Hi Sean.
What up?
So I said, really, you don't think Ness is ugly with those vampire and Brooklyn wigs she be having on?
No, I mean, I honestly, I do. Sean. No, I do not think she's ugly. I don't. I don't.
Hmm.
I think the main thing that people were trying to get across the nest, though, on a serious tip, is this he is so critical about appearance, according to what she's saying, the types of women that she will date, and just the fact alone that Ness has a deformity with her lip was something that everybody thought about. And I'm
But
just
you don't think this he could smell her desperation? I mean, I think
Yes, I agree with you. I agree.
okay. She could smell her desperation and she's
She's never got attention like
in
that. From what it comes off, she never got attention like that. And he's giving her that attention
right.
that she don't get. and that's just what it is. That's what's going on.
Well,
I just find it sad that she was warned by a lot of people, and then weeks later she's on here screaming and hollering and yelling. And now, have they reconciled today or something? What's going on with the live now? Like, have they reconciled? Because just the other day it was "fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna kill you, whore," and how dare you lie to me, and you try to gaslight me to go after Jessica Michelle, and every I mean.
Well, that's what I'm saying. While they were live, while we were up there on the panel, he was literally begging Ness in the back chat to end the live for them to talk, off YouTube or whatever. So Ness did end the live, but shit, I didn't know that she had ended the live until this Heat had told me, and that's when me and Miss Heat shared words, and then that was that. So they've been fucking, yeah.
Can you explain to me why was this brought to the YouTube streets to begin with? Do you know?
Because Ness needs content. That's why.
And then also Heat. It's not just Ness. It's Heat too. It's for me. It's really Heat. Heat wants that attention.
So he wants.
But Heat ain't the one. But he's not the one spazzing out though.
That's what I'm saying. He wants the attention, and she's trying to get it from other content creators now that she's actually being noticed. But Ness has a hold on her because Ness knows her full government name. And therefore, he is really not trying to upset Ness to the point where she will drop her government name. That's what's going on.
Baby, welcome to the world. We've all been doxxed around here. I mean, a bitch knowing your government name ain't nothing. Child, let a bitch, okay, girl, do your worst. You know what I mean?
Because Ness was threatening in one of her lives saying that she would do it, that she has a bunch of pictures of this Heat, how this Heat uses filters in every fucking picture, how she's aging like an old banana. She did say that.
But okay, can we talk about the mental instability that is this right here? I was really disturbed by the mere fact that if you, Jessica Michelle, left a comment under every last one of Heat's videos, that someone would automatically feel some type of way about it. That's some weird shit, because there are people that watch me all the time and leave comments on my videos all the time. So somebody's gonna feel some way about, like, I don't, that doesn't compute.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't even leave a lot of comments under Heat's post. And the thing is, Heat told me to leave comments, but I didn't. Maybe like one or two posts, but I didn't.
I absolutely believe that she told you that. Absolutely.
But this Heat admitted to it, right? She admitted to that. She told you to do that. But just because you're doing that, why would that even affect Ness or have Ness feeling some type of way about you because you're leaving comments under a content creator's lives that you like?
No.
I'm confused.
But wait a minute, Sean. That's because Ness was going back. No, this Heat was going back to Ness saying, "Oh, this lady likes me. This lady keeps, leaving comments and stuff." So she was trying to play them against each other.
Got it.
That's like me, and that's already didn't like me because she was dragging me in her lives and the spaceship's lives.
But again, if Ness is not a lesbian or a bisexual or feeling this Heat in any type of sexual way whatsoever, what does you leaving comments under this Heat's live and this Heat telling Ness, "Oh, she likes me, got to do any goddamn thing"? Why would Ness be mad at you and be saying she's cussing you out in every other live and people's chats that she see you in because you're leaving comments under this Heat's live when she doesn't like this Heat sexually? It's like we've all been being lied to by both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that, Sean, and that's why I think people have been saying that they playing in the faces of people, because in all actuality, I still don't get that at all. If you are not attracted to or not romantically involved with or whatever, you shouldn't get mad about that. I mean, that would honestly be the equivalent of me getting upset because somebody is leaving comments in Sean's videos.
Right.
I don't give a damn about who commenting to Sean.
Right.
Yeah. But that would be the equivalent of like, "Oh my goodness, Sean, she keeps leaving you a comment. Oh my goodness, Sean, she keeps doing this, she keeps doing that." Nobody cares.
Like, block the bitch. You know what I mean? Not calling you a bitch, but I'm definitely
that's what happened. This Heat blocked me. Now I'm blocked by this Heat. This Heat blocked me after that happened.
Now, is there any truth to the whole Rosebud, FaceTime, phone sex thing going on that we heard about? That people say that was admitted to on live?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Child, they were saying that I could be wrong. But I gotta tell me they said that Ness admitted to having some type of phone time or FaceTime sex with this heat.
Yeah, she admitted to that up on the spaceship. Pizarro know that. She admitted to it on the spaceship, and then she went to Pettyville and admitted to it as well. And that's when people knew that it was real serious. And even Ness said that she would just be on the phone talking to this heat, and she would just take out her little rose while she just talking on the phone to her.
Now, was this a recent admission, or was this a couple weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago.
So, wait,
go ahead.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Because I literally heard this lady say the other week, she's not gay. She don't like women. And Kwani even made a live saying, wait a minute, is she gay? Is she not gay? What's going on? So she admitted this weeks ago that she playing with her pussy to this lady over FaceTime, whatever it may be. And that's what I'm saying, child. That's why I had to turn it off the other day.
But she only says that when she's pissed off. When she's pissed off at this heat, like that's when she acts like that. But when she's not, and anybody even addresses this heat, she's ready to lash out at them.
So is this something like, is this multiple personality disorder going on here? Because I'm really like, I'm really confused.
This heat got this good hold over her. That's what that is.
Let me tell you what's going on. Ness's phone is dry as fuck. This heat looks like a boy. He was giving her attention, and she fell in love virtually. That's it. Okay.
Exactly.
But and that's fine. But why give us all the back and forth and flip flops? And I'm confused. Like we're taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
She knows she's being made a fool of. Like she's not stupid. She knows she's being made a fool out of. That's what that is. That's where that anger is coming from.
I don't even think they saving face running cute because it's so on the face. It's so like, I mean, Ness was saying, forget my embarrassment. So you're being embarrassed, but you're the one spazzing out. He's saying, let's talk about it offline. And you're spazzing out. Like,
no, she had a whole mental breakdown the other night.
She really did.
She really did.
Girl.
Let me switch your throat.
She had a whole mental breakdown.
She had a whole motherfucking what's that shit called? Single white female shit going on towards Jessica Michelle behind comments.
That bitch had a Karen. She had a Karen moment last night. Or whatever night that was. I was like, oh wee.
It was an exorcist or some shit. I was like, damn, I feel so bad. I'm like, damn, it's this deep. I mean, y'all done met before. She done tickled you or something. I thought she had her finger up in her or something, the way she was acting. Like, I mean, is she paying bills or something?
Well, but not only that, Sean, but that's one of the things too. Like, she's spazzing out, but she's spazzing out on everybody else, except for addressing this issue head on, which should be her addressing it with this heat. Because even Sean, she did a live earlier this morning that I caught the replay of, where she was upset with you because you did a live saying that you tired of hearing everybody talking about this. And
it's not y'all talking about it. I'm tired of them because they lying. That's the thing. It's like we all like a good storyline. We all like a little good juicy story. Like this is juicy if it was the truth. But when you stop, I had to stop when she sat there and told Pizarro, I didn't drag Nika and Brianna, and I don't remember that. Like she had a whole out of body experience. Like, and then she said, if I don't believe it, if I don't remember, and I said I don't remember it, I don't remember. I don't care if the video's there or not. And I was like, you know what? This some shit beyond me. Let me go. And I stopped watching.
And that is true.
I stopped watching.
Even she said she didn't drag Pizarro. She said she didn't drag Brianna. She actually had a problem with Brianna coming on live calling her Lipple. And she and Brianna was calling her Lipple because she cussed Brianna out up in that live, and Brianna wasn't even there. She cussed out Nika.
Yeah, but I will say this though. It does send mixed signals because again, we don't know the nature or we don't understand the nature of Pizarro's and Ness's relationship. And I've seen Pizarro and other people cuss each other out, and then the next day they're fine. But the way that they was dragging Pizarro in that live the other night, not just Ness, but the people on the panel, you, Jessica Michelle, y'all was going in on Pizarro, and I'm looking like, what in the hell going on over here? And only to see them, and then only see Pizarro say the next day, "Oh, that's how me and Ness are. We cool like they were like, okay, you and Ness cool, but everybody else." And I'm seeing like Brianna looking like, "Child, I don't get down like that." So it was sending very mixed signals. And again, that's their relationship. That's their relationship. But child, I don't know what we watching.
To me, I honestly think that
she's very fake towards Ness. That's how I feel. She's not a good supporter of Ness. I do feel like Ness has the potential to be a good content creator, but fucking Pizarro tries to derail the chat and make it about her when she goes to Ness's lives.
But see, you can only derail something if the channel holder allows you to derail something. So I will never put that on a Pizarro or Lovely Love or all those, because again, if you allow it, you have the power to stop that in its tracks immediately.
Yeah, but if you were a real friend, you wouldn't even go up there doing no shit like that.
I mean, it's a game, and maybe this heat was cashing out people, and then she and this was like, stop. Was she cash you out, Jessica?
No, she wasn't cashing me out. She only cashes Pizarro out.
Right, and that's what I was just about to say, Sean. This heat was paying money to Pizarro as soon as this heat got here. If you notice, most of Pizarro's moderators are the ones that are called the freshman class, because they left. They went on strike because they got tired of this heat paying Pizarro to be protected on the spaceship, to where this heat could cuss them out, say whatever to them, and Pizarro would get pissed off at them if they timed her ass out and things like that, or blocked her or whatever. And so that's what made her moderators leave and go on strike. That's the reason why Light Bright left. Bella Joy.
But I get that, but we getting off track though, because this is about Ness and what's that goddamn girl? This heat though.
Well, but the reason why I'm bringing that point is that this heat was paying Pizarro.
Okay.
And the moderators got upset. That's why they left.
Now, but what I'm saying is, what was Ness mad about the money or something, or was Ness getting money too? Because
Ness wasn't
weird
at the time that all of this happened. Ness was not back on YouTube yet. If we have to be honest,
I'm saying now that Ness has arrived on the scene.
Oh yeah,
is Ness getting money too?
Oh, now that I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
Now, how we know this heat is giving money to Pizarro? Did they admit it or something? How we know that?
Before Ness came back, this heat did admit it, and Pizarro came and bragged about it.
Yeah, she did. She did say how much money he
sent her. Okay, I do remember. Okay, I remember that. I'm just okay. So, but again, we all like fuck shit. We've all been a part of fuck shit. We all had our time in the sun to get burnt or to get love. We know it happened to all of us, but we don't come out here and blatantly lie like that. I mean, if you're gonna lie, give us the cloak and dagger type of shit. This shit about, this is just all over the place. And that's why I was saying about this is not fun, because it's all over the place to the point to where it's like even Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles dead ass guess they did some bullshit.
And then, if anything, instead of Ness having so much aggression towards me, she needs to have that with Pizarro, because it'd be Pizarro and the Heat doing a lot of StreamYards together privately.
Who reading me, Radicule? Where am I getting read? They dragging a bitch. They better read me, baby. It better be funny too.
And see, I don't even know why they want to read you just because you over here. Because to be honest, this whole live right here has been Jessica Michelle explaining her side of this situation, because I did. I clicked back there and I saw them backstage. Jessica Michelle had left a comment underneath my post yesterday, and today I responded to it and I said, "You been over there canoodling?" I said, "Have you been over there canoodling?" And that's what made me and her converse in the comments, to where she ended up sending me the email receipts, because she was like, "I will send you the emails receipts of this heat emailing me." And that's how I got those receipts. That's how I set this up. But I don't know why they over there trying to drag you, because we having this discussion.
I haven't told this that she can, if she could supposedly, she didn't record the live that me and her had the private StreamYard, but I haven't told her she can put that shit out there. But supposedly, she don't have it. She didn't record it.
Okay, I don't know. Like, okay, I don't know why they would be dragging me because I'm over here. Like, I mean, she said for us to do our own content, right? But don't we all part of the content over here in the so-called beef sector is if you put something out here, we talk about it. Now, you can't. Now, you being on bullshit right about now, Ness, because you putting something out here and you don't like the opinions of others because we see through the bullshit that's going on. Now, if we was up here eating your bullshit, you would be okay with it. But everybody ain't going. Everybody ain't sitting no problem with no asbestos because. And can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Because I was trying to be a nice hoe. But can we talk about?
Did you see that on Demetrius' video?
Can we? What about Demetrius' video?
Well, Demetri got a video of this heat apartment, and she got mold and stuff on the walls.
Oh my God.
And Demetra had put circles to show, so that's what I thought you was talking about. But you talking about Ness?
No, but because Ness had said that she wasn't crying. She said she wasn't crying. She said she got some type of chemical in her goddamn apartment. Y'all said it's asbestos. Who is sitting in an apartment with asbestos? When they find that there's asbestos in somebody's building, what do? They evacuate immediately. Those people put on hazmat suits and they come up in there. They take care of that shit. So you mean tell me a motherfucker sit on live for 5 hours, fake crying behind a bitch that they ain't never fucking seen, and you mean tell me that you inhaling asbestos the whole goddamn time? Well, if that's the goddamn case, no wonder she's spazzing the motherfucker out and bouncing off these motherfucking walls because that bitch brain is compromised. Who don't know that?
And
so we supposed to believe that. And see, that's the problem. Motherfuckers mad because we ain't going. They man, we ain't going. No, we not going. But they're
so fake over there. All that shit is a fucking play. That's what that is. It's nasty. It's disgusting to me.
And why would you be in a brand new apartment and something chemically is in the air that's fucked up? No, bitch, give me a new apartment. Give me a new apartment. The fuck? This giving slumlord tease over here, and you okay with it?
Well, this is my thing. I just believe that Ness is just trying to save face. She says she ain't gay to save face because she got embarrassed by this heat out here. She said
let's stop saying she's embarrassed. Let's stop saying she's embarrassed because she cannot be embarrassed with the bullshit she been doing. If a bitch was embarrassed, would they be acting the way that this lady has been acting for the last motherfucking 5 days? How you go if she's embarrassed? I don't know what the fuck embarrassed is because every day she's out doing a damn self, but yet she's supposed to be embarrassed.
That part.
Well, maybe she not, but I do think that she was trying to save face because she didn't want people to think she cried. But we all know that she did cry. And Sean, you know something? I thought that was quite odd. To be saying I hate you to somebody that you never met.
To hate them. You gotta love a bitch to hate them.
I think they are in a relationship, like they're in a low-key relationship. They want to act like they're just friends or whatever, but I feel like they really together.
But virtually. But do you? I don't think the cry. Okay, if she, and that's why I said we're gonna give you benefit of the doubt about the crying. It could be the asbestos, it could be the chemicals in the air, poison. You know, that's what it is. It could be that in the air that you're willingly inhaling night after night, being on live 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours behind a bitch you ain't never fucking met in person that we know of. But I think it's more disturbing all of the hollering and yelling and screaming in the midnight hour when you probably somewhere if the apartment got asbestos, the walls are probably paper thin. Lord knows only what the neighbors done heard. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is worse than crying. I would rather her just cry and sob than all that screaming and yelling and hollering and I'm gonna blow your brains out, bitch. And then they're saying that
I'm gonna slit your throat.
Yeah, she was talking about killing the girl.
But they said on Lipstick Alley now, I gotta give them credit. Lipstick Alley, somebody said that, you know, how is Ness supposed to be a domestic abuse survivor, but yet now she's turning into the abuser?
That's all she knows.
Well,
I'm confused.
Well, they do say that the abuse turns into the abuser.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You're right about that because I was shocked that she even went that far. Talked about she was gonna kill her, and y'all know that I don't even like this heat.
So what was this heat doing for her to feel like for her to develop these feelings so quickly, for her to feel like she gonna kill this heat because she talking to another woman? Also, this heat even admitted that she got a whole batch of bitches in her stable. So if she said that Ness could be one part of the number. So is Ness thought she was the bottom bitch, but she was just a hoe in the back like the rest of? Because I'm confused about why she mad about this heat. And Jessica Michelle leaving comments when this heat done admitted that she's claimed to have a whole bunch of women.
Exactly. And the thing is, when we were in the StreamYard with me and this team, I told him, I don't understand how you find Ness attractive because she gives off masculine energy. And you may seem like on D-Cop's panel that you like feminine females. And she told me this, he said, behind closed doors, Ness is very submissive. And I was like, okay.
Jai, you just read her like that to say because she give out masculine energy. Oh Lord, have mercy.
She does. She does.
Now my thing is, now since we out here in these streets with them, they say they drag me for life. Let me go ahead and let me just speak my honest mind. I feel like that this is all a front to where Ness is trying to find a reason to leave YouTube because it was said that once the Intels cashed out Ness on the wish list and everything, that she was gonna bounce anyway. Because you know how Ness do. Ness come on here for a half minute and then get gone for a whole goddamn year. So I think this is just all a ploy for her to find a reason to get the fuck up out of here after she done ran off with the goddamn bag and not to make it so obvious. Because it doesn't make sense how you keep going back and forth, bouncing off a wall, bouncing off a wall, bouncing off a wall. A bitch that you hate, want to kill, want to fit their throat. Now you back over here playing with a hoe. I'm confused.
That is true though, Sean, because you are right. Ness is on here on and off, and a lot of times she'll come for like around her birthday, and I guess now she can't. She will show up when it's almost time for her birthday so that she could get birthday cash outs for real.
Oh yeah, she's Pizarro's bestie for real. That's Pizarro's real bestie for real.
And so that could be it about the wish list. But I just think it's ridiculous because, to be honest, this interview here could have been so cutthroat. But the fact that she's so mad and in her spirit, all because I'm doing this live right here to let Jessica Michelle speak about what happened. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the one that witnessed that conversation back screen.
Now, was the conversation good and juicy, or was it just boring?
No, it wasn't boring at all. To be honest, it would have been the best conversation ever if Jessica Michelle could have convinced this heat to give her government name back there. That would have made it the best conversation ever.
But I asked her when I was on the StreamYard with her, I was cammed up the whole time. She had her little avatar up. I'm like, "What? You're not gonna cam up for me? I'm gonna be up here just camming up by myself." And she was just like, "Oh, she's not dressed, but next time." So I was like, oh, "Okay, next time then."
Well, no, not the interview that you did with this heat. I'm talking about this interview right here. And I'm talking about the fact that I saw y'all in the backstage after Ness's live. And I was saying that the only thing that would have made that conversation much more juicy is if you could have got some personal information out of this heat back there. Because she was definitely being transparent. I was right there listening the whole time.
Wait a minute. They say I'm talking about, you say Ness coming like you talking about her little empty apartment. I ain't said nothing about her apartment, boy. Only thing I said about her apartment was she said about her apartment. See what I'm talking about? You can't be a bitch in a B sector and push it on YouTube streets, and then when we regurgitate what you say, you get mad about it. Y'all hoes better get your ass up out of here. The fuck?
And it's true, they are trauma bonding. They are trauma bonding. That's what it is. I agree with that.
Well, but I told them a long time ago, y'all, when they first came to the streets, and every single time they were doing panels together, it was just them two. It was always to drag me. And I think that lasted for about a week or two until I said, is this what y'all do when y'all pillow talk at night? Do y'all talk about me?
Wait a minute, J.Dunn. You're not necessarily a stud. But are you? But
well, no, I'm a dominant lesbian, but I don't like to label myself a stud. But I'm a dominant lesbian.
I would have thought that you and this heat would have been cool or cordial or like what up, dog type of shit and kept it at that. But how's all y'all? It's like y'all fighting over pussy, but y'all ain't trying to get. It's like it's weird. It's like
no, I'm not fighting over no pussy.
I know, but I'm saying, but it seemed like it's weird.
Sean, when this heat first ever showed up and clicked Pizarro's link, She immediately targeted the Miss O and then me. Just and she didn't know nothing about me because I mean I've been here coexisting in the B sector with QI. I coexist with DC Kool-Aid from DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. I coexist with Houston Bread. There are many
Decop.
masculine females here. Decop too. There are many masculine females here that I coexist with. But this heat, when she came, in order for her to get a spot in here, she had to target somebody, and I was her target. And I just, so it's not me that can't get along with other masculine women. It's her. Because she wasn't going to get them views of them numbers if she didn't do all of her commentary about me.
Wait a minute. Nova, the woman can't say nappy ass wigs over dental care and this. I'm not even dragging that lady. Baby, y'all, it's wrong. Ooh. Oh, God. A mess. Child, and they showed this heat full body picture, and I was shocked. Did y'all? I expected more.
Yeah, I thought
it was given. It was given a 5-pound bag stuffed with 10 pounds of sausage teas. I was like, ooh, that ain't giving. I thought she was giving athletic teas because the face picture that she was showing was like very much athletic. It was like somebody with an athletic physique, but it's giving. Oh my!
It's very
it's like
filterish. It's giving filter.
It's giving husky, like fluffy, like you know what I mean, like a.
To me, Sean, honestly, whenever I saw the short that she posted, and I thought about this today, actually, because Ness loved to get on here and drag Lady Snoop, but it looked like this Heat and Lady Snoop the same size.
Exactly, they are.
So that y'all saying that picture that I saw was filtered?
No, this Heat posted a short. I'm going based on the short.
Oh, because it was another picture. They had a full body picture, and she looked kind of. It wasn't looking like I thought it was should have looked. It was giving. You know how we used to call the neck up. How you know the bitch used to be on the neck up, and you would think the bitch. It was the neck up and the neck down is two different things.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm only going based on the short that she posted, where she was standing up in the short. But even that right there,
right, yeah. It was giving.
You don't even know how old the video is. That's another thing because Demetra made a good point that a lot of this stuff that this Heat is putting out here could be shit that she did 10 years ago.
Another thing, since we're talking about things that irritate us and whatever, if you ever listen to them to talk to people and somebody asks them a direct question, they never give you a direct answer. He has a tendency to repeat something 3 to 4 times. See, it wasn't like this, and see, it wasn't like this, and what you don't understand is, and then see, it wasn't, and then what you don't understand is, and then they say something else, and then they move on. I'm like, but we never got an answer.
Yeah, that's true.
We never got y'all notice that because I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, we ain't got no answer. What the fuck? What?
I think BS had brought that up too. BS had mentioned that in this Heat's live when she was up there. She mentioned something similar to that.
She was doing the same thing to BS in that damn live. She was doing the same thing to her. Like, you ain't answering the question.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know me. I'm a bitch. I'm very direct. I'm like, nah, we stand on the mess. Get back. Get to no. So I
truly believe that she talks in circles like that because she is trying to I think that she really thinks that she is the smartest person in the room. And I keep saying that. Like, she thought she was the smartest person in the room to the point that she thought that she could outsmart VS and cam up like VS wasn't going to stream her ass. She thought she was the smartest person in the room over there on Ness's, that she thought she was going to have a canoodle behind the scenes with Jessica Michelle, and I wasn't right there listening to their asses. She think that she's smarter than everybody.
But what was this Heat over there? What was she trying? Was she trying to coerce you to do something, Jessica Michelle?
No, basically she was apologizing because I don't know if you've seen Nessa's live, but me and Heath started going at it, like we were screaming at each other. So basically she's like, I'm sorry for coming at you like that. Like, she was apologizing to me about that. And then she was saying, I told her, I hope you guys work it out. And then she's like, I really do like her, whatever. And that's when I said, if you really do like her, you'll let her know. Like, Pizarro was not a good friend to her. And she's like, why do you say that? I'm like, she does not want her to be great. because Ness does have potential to be a good content creator because she wants to do different things. But Pizarro being a fucking hating ass bitch that she is, like, she's not gonna let Ness do better than her.
I don't
get more.
understand how
Hold on. Let me jump in. This is the reason too, Sean, why I thought it was canoodling. Because this heat cussed out Jessica Michelle and Ness during that live. She was cussing out the both of them, swinging at the both of them. And once Ness stormed off the live and ended it, instead of her getting off the damn live to call Ness to apologize
I
to
remember.
Ness.
I saw your live this morning, J.Dunn,
Right.
about this.
Instead of her calling Ness, she stayed backstage with Jessica Michelle apologizing for her
But now,
act.
Jessica Michelle, I'm looking at you sideways now, girl. Why you want them to work it out when you saw that girl over there spazzing out like a damn banshee behind nothing, behind air pussy?
Well, like I was saying, yeah, Sean, you crazy. But no, to get to what J.Dunn was saying, because I mean, truthfully, I feel like I'm more of this heat's type than Nessa, so I feel like that's why she stayed to apologize to me.
Boom! I got your girlfriend, bitch. Wait a minute. But is it so? You was basically trying to. But do you want this heat, though? Do you like this?
No. I don't want this.
Why would you entertain her if you don't like her like that?
She came to me about the interview, and I was like, "You should interview VS because I'm not going to give you no numbers." But she was doing that to get Ness pissed off. That's what that was. Because mind you, a few lives ago, Ness had some dude preach up there, and he felt a type of way. So I felt like that was like a get back to her.
Now you are a lesbian, right?
I'm sexually fluid.
Oh, you bisexual? Just as bisexual, girl.
Bisexual, but I haven't. The reason why I don't say bisexual because I haven't been in an actual relationship with a female. I just
you've been fucked by one, right?
Yeah, I've been fucked on.
But I mean, you bisexual. We ain't saying about no relationship.
The stuff's been put inside of me.
Yeah, you about okay. Ain't nothing wrong with a one night stand. If you like a lick on the pussy, lick on the pussy. It's okay. Now, so you saying basically you feel that you're the type because you feel like you look better than Ness? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't say. I'm not talking even about looks. I'm just talking about personality, femininity. Like I said, Ness gives off masculine, and he is supposed to portray herself as a masculine. So two masculines just don't intertwine. That's what I'm saying. Like it would have been cool if this he did put out our private streamer because you could see the dynamic that me and her have. Like it was a cool ass little private interview or whatever between me and her.
I think
and you could tell the way she speaks to me, the way she spoke to me, like you could just tell. Like you could tell the difference between a masculine and a feminine.
But with them two can be together though. Two masculine can be together. Two masculine can be together, and I do think Ness is more feminine than Heat, so that would work.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the whole disrespect. Like I was telling him, like it's not cool how she be disrespecting you like that. Like it shouldn't be like that.
But since you are sexually fluid, I think you don't know nothing about lesbians. Lesbians can be very violent.
But she's saying she's not a lesbian, though. But Ness clenching out a lesbian, though.
But Ness if you screaming over about if you a woman and you're over here screaming about a woman, I hate you, and you got me mad at another woman, what do you call that besides being bisexual or lesbian? I don't call it that is either you bisexual or you lesbian, because you sure got a lot of energy for a piece of pussy that you ain't supposed to never had.
Right.
So I saw somewhere on Lipstick Alley, Miss Elvet Boo. So I'm just saying, like,
well, to be honest, Sean, I do believe that I'm telling you, this heat was trying to deal with plenty women in this sector.
But she ain't never hit that though.
Well, she hid it from Ness. She did hide it from Ness.
Because y'all told her.
Yeah, and Ness called, when me and Brianna told her, Ness called me and Bree the Fat Olsen twins, and she told us we were some big funky ass liars.
And that's why, and that's part of the reason. And see, that's where that energy comes from, because everyone told her, because I remember that lie where everyone was getting up there telling her about this heat We know her, you don't know her. And that screaming and hollering and yelling was coming from that type of emotion to where all these motherfuckers have told me it's bitch, I told you so. And she don't want to face it, but she's masking it by yelling at this heat and saying, you try to get me to go after Jessica Michelle when no, you was the one that's going after Jessica Michelle. I mean, I don't give a fuck how this heat gaslit her. If you are not a lesbian or not bisexual, a woman should not be able to gaslight you behind another woman leaving a comment under videos. And then if this heat admitted to saying, Jessica, I want you to leave comments on my videos to make Ness mad or whatever, why would you still deal with somebody that's that type of manipulative spirit? That like it's all too much. Too much bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Ness doesn't get that type of attention in her real life. And he does give that to her, and that's why she's going through that shit.
So is this a codependent relationship then?
It is.
Like, what is that?
Because
what is that?
For you to say that she gets so many bitches, like she spent a lot of time online too.
What is that? What is it? You got the narcissist. The narcissist has the food, right? You got. It's like they say, don't feed the narcissist. It's a certain phrase that they're in right now. Then, if that's the case, because one is very narcissistic, and the other one is the food for the narcissist, right? And I think that's what's going on here, because this is not making any sense to us with rational minds. Exactly. I mean, none of us are perfect, but this shit, child, I refuse.
And that's one of the things too, Sean, about
the supply. That's what it is. The narcissist
about their dynamic. I honestly just think, everybody did try to tell Ness, but Ness allowed this girl to make everybody out to be the liar. Which I think is even funny too, because Ness has currently rebranded her channel to Ness and the Finessers. And I believe that is definitely a tongue-in-cheek, pun intended, because she definitely got finessed by this heat. And now she mad with everybody else. But all she had to do was listen when people tried to tell her. But she thought that everybody was lying to her. And now every single day it's a new embarrassment.
Yeah. Thank you, Sparkling Water. Narcissistic supply. That's what it is. A narcissistic supply. That's what's going on.
And this was the triangulation. And this was the triangulation with me, Ness, and Heat.
All this is textbook, baby. And I'm not going. But thank you, ladies, for having me. Thank you, J.Dunn, for having me, boo. Ness, if you are dragging me, girl, get out your feelings or stay in them, girl. I don't care, baby. But you're providing the content, and girl, the content that we're doing is looking at you going, bitch, you crazy. Anyway, love y'all. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye, Sean. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
And Jessica Michelle, I'm actually happy that Sean and Seven came. Gave their opinion, because we have all watched Ness. We have seen Ness at her lowest. We have seen Ness try to come above and get to her highest. And we've all seen her flounder out here. I mean, we've all been interacting with each other for the last 5 years almost. And so I'm happy to get their opinion about it, and for them to be able to ask you questions about the situation. But yeah, at first I was ready to end it, but then we had that, which I think it was good dialogue. And I think it was good to have Sean's perspective as a gay man looking at this fiasco.
Yeah, I was surprised when he hit the link, but I appreciate it, though. I do. And I appreciate you having me up here. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, well, I guess we can end it because it's 12:30 here, which 12:30 probably. Yeah, you.
I'm 12:32. It's 12:31.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, we can go ahead and do the closing words and end this. Now Seven was being petty and wanted me to stay on here for me to keep the live going, to keep the numbers, and we did that and let them go over there and drag on their own. I think we held more numbers over here than what Ness got over there, which that's probably going to piss her ass off even more. Because we almost stayed steady at 450 this whole time while they over there trying to drag. But I know that Seven know that once I end this live, then everybody going to go over there. And that's why Seven was like, go ahead and stay up here, which we did. But I mean, this is enough. But do you have any last words?
No, that's it. I told my side and I'm good. I just didn't like how the other content creators were just spinning a narrative like what they were saying was right, and it was just they were just loud and fucking wrong. So I'm glad I got to come up here and tell my side.
And I'm happy you came up here and told your side as well. So I guess y'all, we can go ahead and conclude this live, and I appreciate y'all for joining. Please like the video. If you are catching the replay of this live, please like the video.
I'm about to cancel my membership over at Nexus though. I'm about to do that right after this live.
Okay, you might need to do it, especially if she over there dragging you and you the member.
And I'm a gold member too. I got one of the top tiers because I'm a top tier bitch, but I'm definitely gonna cancel that shit.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to give me your side of the story. And I'm about to end this broadcast. And that's the thing, Jessica Michelle. Like, let me just tell you this. Even whenever I click in broadcast, anybody up in this chat that can see the link can still click it to see if we back here talking. That's all that I did to y'all. That's all that I did.
Okay.
I got it now.
Yeah. I understand.
Once I end this, that link is still active. So if I end this right now and me and you decide to stay back here and talk, anybody that has the link can come back here and be right back here in the back. The only person that will see them is me because this is my live. But if I happen to storm off of my live upset and angry, then anybody could be back here listening to what y'all are talking about, and y'all don't know it because y'all can't see them there.
Yeah, because I damn sure didn't know that you was there.
Yeah, that's how I was there. But an IT person should have known that. But it is what it is. But either way, y'all.
Thanks for having me. Thank you, Chad. I definitely enjoyed myself. Besos. So.
All right. Thank you for coming up, Jessica. And y'all, I'm about to end this. All right. Good night.
Good night.
I'm about to end this, y'all. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Don't stress. Please share this video if y'all would like to so that people can hear Jessica's side of the story. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Oh, wait. Thank you to Sean and Seven for coming up too, y'all. Sean, Seven, and Ronnie Q for coming up. But bye.